We love attaching ourselves to labels to define ourselves. It gives us a way to fit in with the rest, whether that be your career choice, your interests, any hobbies that you have, or even your nationality. And the reason we do that is because it gives meaning to our lives and it makes us feel like we belong. And so we put these labels on ourselves. We cling on to those labels because we feel that those are the things that describe us. We feel that those are the things that make up our identity. But you have to let go of your identity. You have to let go of these things and attaching yourself to these labels because that is not who you truly are to your core. You have to be able to separate yourself from these labels because you are more than that. It's about what kind of person you are outside of that. What kind of person are you outside of your job? What kind of person are you outside of your nationality? What are the things that make up who you are besides those little labels that you like to put on yourself? The reason that we attach to these identities that we've formed over our lifetime is because of the ego. And the ego loves, as I've mentioned so many times already, the ego loves to be in a comfort zone, to be in your comfort zone. It doesn't like to go outside of that comfort zone. It likes to feel safe. And we can feel safe by putting these labels on ourselves. And so the ego thrives like that, and it just wants to be a part of something. It wants to be included. It doesn't want to be the outcast. It doesn't want to be the one that's trying new things and doesn't put labels on who they are. You can have 100 different interests, but just because you have those interests, it does not mean that you should label yourself based on those interests. You can separate yourself from the labels and take away that identity that you have formed because it is holding you back from experiencing new things and trying new things or trying new hobbies because you've put yourself in this tiny little box and you're forming all of your choices and you're making all of your decisions based on the little four walls that you've put around yourself. And I have done that many times before. We all do that. It's normal to do that. And the way that I have done that before is by labeling myself as a girlfriend, by labeling myself as a dog mom. And these labels that I used to put on myself were holding me back from trying new things. So, because I saw myself as a dog mom, and because I especially saw myself as a girlfriend, I had put these two things above everything else, above my own happiness. And the girlfriend label meant, at least for me, that my relationship with my boyfriend at the time was the center of my universe. I had to be available at all times because I wanted to be with him, because I had put that relationship, again, that label, above everything else in my life. And I was so focused on being the girlfriend. What would a good girlfriend do? How could I constantly be a great girlfriend? And maybe instead of being a great girlfriend, I could have just been a great person. And I always made myself available. So again, here I am. I'm canceling on maybe my friends, or I don't want to do anything because I am waiting for my boyfriend to decide that he wants to hang out or will maybe take me out on a date or whatever it is, right? Losing sleep because I have to make sure that he gets home safe, or I might have to go pick him up if he's drinking too much, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. I had put that label on myself, and then because I had attached myself to that, I couldn't go in a different direction. I couldn't see anything else beyond that. Now, do not get me wrong. I am not saying be a bad girlfriend or a bad mother or a bad dog mom or cat mom or whatever it is that you love very dearly. I 100% believe in putting in effort and loving the people around you and taking care of the people around you. My point here is to not close yourself off to the new things, to new experiences, to new opportunities, because you've already put in your head that that is what you are, right? Because when you put that, that's the level, that's the ceiling for you. And it can be very hard to push through, to break free, and to see yourself differently, and to see that you are more than what you can offer other people. You are more than your nationality and your heritage. You are more than the sports team that you love. You are more than just a mother or a father or a wife or a husband. You are more than that. There are so many things that make up the person that you are, and those things are included. However, there are things outside of those relationships that you form, outside of the labels that you're putting on yourself, that make up who you are. And when we detach from those labels, we are able to see things from a different perspective, and we are able to try new things and allow new things, if needed, to come into our lives. But we are constantly evolving, we're constantly changing. And maybe something that we like to do before we don't like to do anymore, or something that we have labeled ourselves as before, it's not true anymore. And another example is doing the MBTI personality test, or any kind of personality test like that, and even astrology. And I'm an Aquarius and that's that, and then it's like you kind of put yourself in these confinements. And I think it's important, to know about yourself. And I love exploring that and seeing, like, oh, yeah, that is my personality type. And I actually really do um, resonate with these things that fit into this category. But it's okay to enjoy it and to see, like, oh, what category can I fit into? Because it can be fun to take those tests and do all that stuff. However, the reason it can be damaging, again, is because you're just putting yourself in this little box. It's like you're just changing all the time. And so you put these labels to define yourself so that you can be in a group of one type of person, right? And I took psychology classes. We did so many of these tests, and it wasn't just that one, it was another one as well. I don't remember, but it was about colors, and then it was, are you a type A person or type B or type whatever? And they had so many different tests. And I remember we would do the tests, we would get the results, and the teacher would then split us up into groups depending on what we got so that all the same people could be together. And instead of putting maybe one type A with one type B with one type C, or I don't even know how those labels are, but putting one of each together and letting them collaborate and see different views and see things a little differently. So it's like you're holding yourself in this space and now you're surrounding yourself with people who are maybe holding you back from growing, from evolving, and seeing things from a different perspective. And do not get me wrong, I absolutely think it's important to surround yourself with like minded people who you don't need to force yourself to be different around. You can be yourself, but it is important that you are constantly evolving and that you're not holding yourself in the same space because you're afraid to venture out of that space or because you've put it in your head that you have to stay in that exact same spot. We are wonderful in so many ways instead of just being wonderful in one way. We have so many different abilities if we just allow ourselves. So think about the person that you are and describe yourself outside of the things that you are attaching yourself to. And I mean, a list of who you are on the inside and what it is that you like to do or the new things that you would like to try. And write it down and reflect on it and see, is there anything that I am specifically attaching myself to? Are you attaching yourself to the labels that you put on yourself because it makes you feel worthy of existing? Or are you just enjoying it, just having fun and being able to create and being able to love and experience life? You are worthy regardless of the labels that you attach to yourself. You are worthy regardless of if you're a parent or if you are married or if you're a CEO or if you are a janitor. I don't care. You are worthy of living a joyous life that is full of love and light, regardless of what it is that you do, of where you come from, regardless of your past. All that matters is, are you a great person? Are you happy to be here? Are you happy to be alive? Is there a way that you can create around you? We create and we have the ability to literally create the joy in our lives. But when you're putting yourself in this little box, you're stunting that creativity. You're stunting your ability to grow. We are so worried about fitting in with the rest. We are so worried about being liked and loved and viewed as successful and powerful and whatever it is that we forget what it is that we truly are and the kind of people that we truly are. So, what are you outside of the labels? What kind of person do you want to be, regardless of the labels? And how can you separate yourself from these labels that you're forcing on yourself to learn, to grow, to experience joy? What are the things that you enjoy doing every day? What are the things that bring you happiness? And it doesn't matter what it is, it can literally be anything. But the whole point here is to let go of the things that you think you're supposed to be and just be. And what are the things that you can let go of to get to a place where you are happy with the person that you are, where life is enjoyable for you? I want you to stop obsessing over what is my purpose? What can I do? What do I need to achieve? What do I need to be? Let go of that. Let go of the attachment. Let go of trying to constantly find your purpose and find what it is that you need to be doing. Just follow your heart. Follow the things that make you feel happy, that make you feel elevated. And when you feel that, when you see, man, I just love doing this and I don't expect anything from it and I'm not searching for anything within it. I am just doing it for the purpose of my joy. So, being able to just enjoy the things that you do without putting any expectations on it, without putting any labels on it, without putting any limits on it, just allowing yourself to be, to feel the joy, to create, and letting go of, is this going to get me closer to my purpose? Is this going to help me find the love of my life? Is this going to be the thing that changes the trajectory of my life? Just let go of that, because that's all the ego. The ego is putting the limits on things. The ego is setting a time limit. It's setting that ceiling that you can't break through from. Brush off all of these self-limiting beliefs and these thoughts that hold you back from your potential, from being able to see things from a different perspective and being able to experience new things. Life is meant to be experienced. Take yourself out of this little box that you put yourself in and branch out. Let yourself grow and expand and see where it takes you. Don't worry about what the outcome will be. Just take it day by day and enjoy. Thank you all so much for watching. I am truly so grateful for all the support that I've received. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys again very soon. Peace.